So we pick up where our story left off, with Isagi and Rin facing off. Rin is pissed off because he thought there could be someone better than him. So he wants to challenge Isagi to help him reach Sai's level faster. However, Isagi refuses, as he says he has no interest in Rin. As now Isagi waits for a while, Rin leaves shortly after when Tokimitsu and Aryu show up. Because they'd just be down a position. So Aryu would be third, Tokimitsu would be fourth. As Isagi waits for Bacha and Nagi as he picks them up and goes to 3v3s. As they play Rin's team, have a back and forth. As Isagi's team chemistry is phenomenal. As Isagi is essentially the anchor that glues everything together when it comes to plays, allowing them to be individualistic while at the same time simultaneously having chemistry together. As he uses the passes from Bacha and his own passes to Nagi or Bacha to set them up for him to shoot. As he definitely scores a hat trick, with the first goal being assisted by Nagi, who out-trapped Aryu, confusing him with two feints. Then, with the help of Bacha, he scores over Tokimitsu, revealing his new weapon, his Royal Javelin power shot. And then his final goal was a solo run using his ankle breaker dribbling, breaking down Rin, Aryu, and Tokimitsu all at the same time before scoring with his Divine Blade, curving into the top right corner. As Isagi decimating Rin in this moment begins seeing similarities between the playstyle of Isagi and Sai. And this starts triggering an awakening inside of Rin as he begins entering his flow state, which pushes Isagi. With this push of Rin being in his flow state, Isagi enters a semi-flow as well, adapting to Rin before breaking him down, but Rin never stays down long enough for Isagi to capitalize to make a goal. So he has to send the ball off to Nagi, who scores the fourth goal. However, Rin is able to score one goal of his team. As this continues, Nagi helps a way for Bacha to get open past Aryu to send a quick pass to Isagi, who scores on Rin. 4 goals and Nagi won in this game. They decide to take Rin due to Isagi seeing Rin's similarities to Shido in his flow state. Now in the 4v4s, the group begin training, working together, as Rin tries to defeat Isagi. As Isagi remembers his flow state and how it felt, he also wants to test something out. As Isagi begins working more with his Emperor Eye, and he studies the protagonism of his teammates Rin, Nagi, Bacha, using them as examples. And then he figures out essentially the differences between geniuses and talent learners. This Isagi being something completely unique to both, having aspects of both. As Isagi breaks this down, he breaks down both rational plays and irrational plays. However, he knows it's still incomplete from where he wants. However, as this training's going on, Jinpachi Ego smiles. Well, Isagi Yoichi, I'm quite impressed. I did not think you would develop that ability. Especially this soon in Blue Lock's project. Henri questions this as Ego begins to explain. During my time as a pro player, there was an ability that allowed me to defeat Noah that blended both rationality and irrationality. Imaginary theory, if you will. Due to the difficulty of blending such a type of ideals into play to control the pitch, it's nearly impossible for most humans. However, if one is able to control such an ability, they'll quickly become world class. Some time of training is over. A new team joins Isagi and them. As in the 4v4s, team of Reo, Kunigami, Chigiri, and Bachata. Not Bachata. I misspoke there, my bad. You know who I meant. I meant Kunigami, Chigiri, Reo, and Baro. I said Bachata by accident. God, I'm cooked. Show up. As they challenge Isagi said in his head thinks this would be a great opportunity to test my theory. As his team accept. As they play against each other, with Reo's team being Team Red, Isagi's team being Team White. As Reo starts with the ball, he uses his chameleon style due to development made earlier in this series, as he copies the dribbling style of Isagi, breaking past Nagi, surprisingly enough, before sending a quick pass between Isagi and Bachata to Baro, who headers the ball in, screaming that he's the king. Rin says they're lukewarm and he can't believe Isagi fell for such an easy diversion. Isagi simply says it wasn't that he fell for it, he allowed it. As he says this team is interesting, as it's volatile, yet its chemistry is on point. As Isagi resets the ball, he looks at Kunigami, who's in front of him, who says, "Come at me, hero." As the Emperor and Hero enter a 1v1, Isagi quickly breaks past with his dribbling, as he sends a quick through ball between Chigiri's legs to Nagi, who traps the ball. As Reo goes to cut off Nagi reveals a new weapon of his. As he combined the King Killer trap that he used against Baro and Cannon and his Black Hole trap. As it's called Death, as he creates his new trapping weapon, Death Vice Claw Trap. As he takes life from the ball and then breathes life back into it, confusing Reo as he fakes him out. However, Baro's in the way, cutting him off as he tips the ball up. As Rin takes the ball from this poke out, scoring the second goal, tying up the match. As now Isagi is studying the pitch more and more, using his Emperor Eye, along with a slight head turn, Isagi begins developing a variation of Emperor Eye similar to Metavision to act on this imaginary theory weapon that he's developing. As in the next play, when Reo sends the ball to Chigiri rushing up, Isagi is able to take the ball from Chigiri by intercepting his pathway. When they expect him to go with a more rational option, before he cuts in, similar to Baro, going into the side of the box. And then he passes to Rin, which confuses them. Because Rin would definitely not pass back to Isagi if he was able to score his own goal. Before Isagi cuts back into the closer box, playing back on his rationality. As Rin doesn't know what Isagi's getting at, he sends Rin off the ball. However, due to Isagi being cutting in when he did, the ball was able to be picked up by Bacha, who was not noticed, who sends a high cross to Isagi, who jumps up and scores a bicycle kick, making it 2-1. This surprises everyone as Ryo is trying to figure out what Isagi did. As he's studying Isagi, Ryo also begins to awaken. As the next play, Ryo tilts his head while sending a cross to Kunigami, who's on the right side. As he begins to run up, Kunigami does 1-2 passes with him before Ryo drops back and sends a cross to Chigiri, who is pushing left, who ran past Nagi. As Isagi and Ryo meet in the middle, Isagi says, "So you've developed similar eyes." As the two begin trying to outread each other, with Isagi's imaginary theory allowing him the upper hand, along with his Emperor eyes. But with this incomplete version of Metavision, Ryo and his copy ability, he's able to keep up with Isagi, the monster that is Isagi, and his adaptability. As these two go back and forth, North setting up plays to either score or to set up their teammates. As the game is now 4-4. As the team move on to the 5v5, a few days before that, during a training session, Ryo and Isagi bounce off the idea of the theory Isagi's posing. While Ryo and him do think it's possible, due to it being mainly done by a singular human, it'd be difficult. However, Ryo does believe with the assistance of someone like him who has a similar vision style to Isagi, with his developing metavision, he should be able to. As Isagi commemorates this, as they test this theory in a 2v3 match against Nagi, Bacha, and Rin. As scrimmage, Isagi and Ryo is as if they're reading each other's mind, as Ryo during this develops egocentrism, able to read the protagonism of Isagi when he switches between the irrational play and rational play, until eventually they outperform Nagi, Rin, and Bacha. In turn, because of their outperforming them so much, both Bacha and Nagi begin awakening, able to keep up a bit, but not so much due to them having a lack of a passer. While Bacha can act as a passer, his dribbling is more dangerous than his passing ability. However, because Rin is being backed in the corner, he enters his berserker state once again, as his berserker state is able to tie the ability of Ryo and Isagi when in their normal states until Isagi enters flow, as this definitively overpowers the three. Ryo, Bacha, and Nagi, they know the plan, as they all are not in agreement, as Rin looks off disgusted, saying that he doesn't give a fuck what Isagi says, he's gonna crush them. As the World 5 do their usual thing of talking shit, Isagi speaks to them in perfect English, saying, "Don't think you'll win. With my eyes, I'll show you despair." As after this declaration, Isagi sends the ball to Ryo, who gets past Tabassos. As Blake tries to cut him off, he sends a cross to Nagi. As Nagi traps it in front of Donna Silva. He does a 2-stage fake as he's about to shoot, but Luna knocks the ball out. But the ball lands near Bachira, who dribbles forward, sending as Loki's in between Isagi and Rin. As he goes to Rin, because Rin's in the better position, until Bachira curves the ball to Isagi, as Isagi goes from the rational playstyle to the irrational playstyle, as he does a scissor kick, royal javelin, into the top left corner, scoring the first goal. As he says, "I'm not done yet." As this continues, the World 5 actually commend Isagi for developing this fast, as his development is something otherworldly. Only other than Julian Loki are the world-class member, but is having to put a decent effort. While Loki has to put in a lot more effort due to Isagi being able to match him in some plays due to the abilities he's developed. The final score ending with 2-5. Isagi only stops due to him gassing out because his theory wasn't perfected. However, the World 5 members commemorate him and say they'll be ready for him in the world when he becomes a pro, and hope to play him again. As Isagi and the first clear team enter their room, along with the other clear teams, Kunigami is not eliminated in this case. The people who walk out for the last clear team are Corona or Tokamitsu, the blue-haired dude, and Shido. As Ego explains to them about the Japan U20 match, and that's where I'm going to end the episode here. Stay tuned. I'm going to actually make another what if about a series I saw. This video is sadly taken down, but if you know that guy XII, it's kind of influenced by him at What If. Well, see y'all.